What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Engineers Without Filters podcast, episode 142. I'm your host, Jacob Thompson, and tonight I'm drinking the third and final beer I obtained from our adventure to Michigan, which is the Big Lake Brewing Blackberry Haze in the nice tall boy can. It's a nice little hazy here with a little bit of fruity action, so you know I like it.
Nice. And then I'm Joseph, and I am drinking a Dangerous Man Crowler tonight because
Very nice.
it was the closest to my hand, and it is the Palpable Hazy Pale Ale. And it didn't pour that great, but it is hazy. Not the best head, but nah.
What makes it palpable?
God damn it, Dayton. I hate my life. Fuck. I don't know. I hope there's not pulp in it. I don't know. It's palpable. Who knows?
All right. Okay. Yeah, it's funny. This is the first time I've seen you be drinking out of is that a Stein or half Stein? I can't remember.
This is a half Stein from
Half Stein.
when we went to what's Oktoberfest.
Right.
Who was it that when we were at Dayton's poured the beer like a fucking monkey and
That
had
was me.
was that you? Okay.
That was
For
me.
like over half the glass was head. It was
Hey,
so
Gabe,
bad.
Gabe, don't forget that you're the one that didn't trust me. I said, "Oh, there's more than a pint in there." You're like, "Okay."
Oh, and I totally
You just-
overspilled it. I totally did. I was drunk enough to have like the liquid courage and like it'll be fine. And then it,
Drunk enough. You had one beer.
hey, it was a good one. I hadn't been drinking much, you know.
Yeah,
That's
I was
right.
in the same boat. What do you got tonight, Gabe?
Well, I'm just drinking High Life. I had some good beer, but I kind of killed it. So I got a restock here this weekend.
Very nice.
Nice. I'm Dayton, and I am drinking a Press apple cinnamon flavor.
Ooh, haven't seen Press in a hot minute.
Yeah, I decided that I wanted to get some seltzer, and I was gonna get some of like the holiday packs, but none of the flavors really sounded that good, so I was like, I'll go for the tried and true.
Mm-hmm. Gotta do it to him. Yeah, I feel like I haven't drinking a seltzer in a long time. I mean, it goes in waves with our cravings, but I might have to get back on the train for the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very nice. Well, welcome back to the podcast, everyone. As I said, it's episode 142. You can find our show on Monday mornings on YouTube and podcast services. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitch. Links are in the description below. But yeah, before we get into our topic tonight, let's get into our weekly updates. I will go first since I have a very short update. Number one, finally got my Pixel 6 today. Very excited. First new phone in 3 years. It's too big for my small hands, but besides that, I'm a big fan of it. And then update number two, I was talking to a friend of the show, Alex Perkins, this week about movies. And we were talking about, like, there's those movies that are, like, kind of 7 out of 10 movies, but for some reason you just love them with your whole heart. And one of those movies that we both agree on is Unstoppable. Did you guys see this movie about the runaway train with Chris Pine and Denzel Washington?
Can't say I'm familiar.
I haven't seen it, but I think I remember it.
It came out, I don't remember when, back in high school, I think. Maybe a little before. Premise is, I think based on true story, you got a train in Pennsylvania that's like 30-something cars long, it's like a half-mile long, and some guy fucks up and it goes out in the main line full speed, and they got to figure out how to stop the train. And you got Chris Pine and Denzel Washington on the other end with their train, and they got to slow it down. And I tell you what, it's a 7 out of 10 movie, but it's just a great time. All right, you have a fun time watching them do train stunts. There's a guy who tries a helicopter onto the train. He gets knocked the fuck out. You got another train try to stop it and blows up. It's a good time. I'd recommend it. It's on Peacock, which I actually had to download for the first time. Wasn't that bad, but they didn't have subtitles, so I was really salty about that. But yeah, if you're in the mood for a little action flick, go watch Unstoppable. It's a good time.
That's not the one. Isn't there a train movie where there's like a bomb and if the train stops, it blows up?
You're in a Speed.
Yeah,
That's That's the bus. It's a bus that if it
Yeah.
goes below 50
Isn't
miles per
Keanu
hour.
Reeves in that?
Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Okay.
but-
Then there's another train movie. Is it Taking of Pelham 123?
That's about subways.
That's subways are trains.
They are.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's trains underground.
They're trains.
So funny thing, Joseph, I was looking at the IMDb for Unstoppable, same director that did Unstoppable and Taking a Pelham 123. Unstoppable was the movie he did after, and this
So
was
he
his last
just
movie.
fucking loves trains.
He's loving trains. Yeah, the director is
man
Tony
loves
Scott, who's Ridley Scott's brother. He also did Top Gun, so I love this dude. I mean, this guy, he can't miss.
Taking of Pelham 123 also has
Also,
Denzel
has Denzel
Washington.
He has a lot of Denzel Washington movies. Apparently, they were fans of each other. He's he's made like 6 or 7 movies that Denzel Washington's the star of.
Oh my god.
So yeah,
Also got
go
John Travolta.
go watch a movie on Peacock, I guess. Even though that service kind of sucks, but it's fine. Gabe, how was your week?
Oh man. Pretty good. A lot of small stuff. Hung out with some work friends. We tried to play Mario Kart. Promptly got too drunk to play it, or too grossed out. Honestly, like I don't know. Like after like 2 of them, I'm like, my stomach's kind of fucked.
Mm-hmm. Also, Mario
yeah.
Kart, not that fun.
Yeah, I know you got quite the dissatisfaction for it, but I like winning, so I enjoy it. What else? I hung out with a friend who I originally had met on a dating app, but now we're friends, and that's been fun. Hang out with. She's been getting me to rock climb more at the same gym Cooper goes to.
Oh yeah.
I've been kind of enjoying it a lot, but it costs a lot of money, so that's been fun. Hung out with some soccer friends. First time outside of soccer. It was fun. I got to show 'em my local circuit around the bars and stuff. That was a good time.
Thanks. You're really getting a budding social life out of nowhere, Gabe.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to push. For
He
that.
hates
There's-
Tim and I. He's
Yeah.
had to deal with Tim and I for so fucking
That's what
long.
it is. Need a break. And I got a couple of work friends I'm hoping to, with outside of work here come up next couple of weeks, do some trivia or some dumb normal work employee shit. I don't know. We'll see. It's just good to get out and do all that stuff. So besides that, I've randomly just started watching a lot of hockey, which has been
Oh, really?
fun. I'm watching. Okay, so the Wild is the Minnesota team, and they're actually kind of good this year, which I didn't know. I
Aren't
just
they
started
usually
watching.
pretty good?
They're
Maybe it's
usually
the
pretty
Minnesota
decent.
team. They're usually
Are
pretty
they?
solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this year they're number 1 right now, time of recording, in their like conference, like the Eastern Conference, and it's just been super fun to watch because I mean we watch hockey obviously when we were in school, but this is like even faster and like for some reason this team always ends up down a goal in the third period. And then comes back and wins it in overtime. Like the last game I watched, they scored like 1 second left, and then fucking like, oh, it's just so fun to watch.
Yeah.
But it reminded me how much I absolutely loathe finding like streams to fucking
Oh yeah.
watch them because okay, I mean obviously cable TV is still around somehow, so you can like plug in your service provider and get access to it. But
I mean, it's because of sports. That's why.
no,
Well,
it
maybe.
is, and
Anyway.
sports are like what's keeping it alive. But the shitty part is, so I have Disney Plus like through my mom, which has ESPN Plus, which you can
Right.
watch games. But then I went to watch one yesterday, and TNT owns certain games, and ESPN Plus has like exclusives on some other fucking ones.
Mhm.
So it's just like, bro, give me one fucking thing. Let me watch the goddamn games. All right.
Isn't there NHL TV or something like that?
No, they got rid of it for ESPN Plus, but not all the
Oh.
games are on ESPN Plus. It's so fucking stupid. I just want to watch hockey. And here's the other thing too. If you want to watch a Wild game, even if it's away, I've noticed it's blacked out because it knows I'm in Minnesota. So I have to use my VPN on my desktop, go anywhere that isn't where I'm at and the team they're playing at, like Minneapolis or if it's like the Kraken, it'd be like Seattle. I go to like Detroit, Chicago, it works fine. It's like, why? I want to watch sports.
It's because of
Let
money,
me watch
man.
sports.
It's easy money. People are so addicted to their sports teams, they'll pay out their ass to be able to watch all the games.
No, I'm smart enough to fucking find the workarounds, goddammit. And it's worth it because it is so fucking fun to watch. Like they just like beat the shit out of each other, and there's just a ton of strategy, and all the goals are super quick, and I don't know, there's a lot of I don't know, it's just a good time. So I've been really enjoying that. So after this, there's another game they're playing in Seattle actually tonight, so stay up a little late and watch that.
Oh yeah. Just a quick interjection. You mentioned dating apps.
Oh, I'm back
so-
on dating now.
well, then you might know this already, Gabe. But I was on
Okay.
TikTok today. As spoiler, I get re-downloaded TikTok again. I'm addicted
Yeah.
again. I found out that Hinge has added the feeture of
Oh yeah.
to,
I know where you're
to
going with this.
answer a prompt, Dayton. Instead of typing out your answer, you can do a voice recording. And this girl was playing some that she found, and they were so fucking funny, dude.
Oh God.
Like this one, it was like, "What's an unusual skill?" And it's some guy going, "I'm really good at driving with my knees."
Oh my god.
Have you seen this game?
Yeah, I have.
How much are girls doing it? That's something I was curious about.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, I decided part of my budding social life initiative of November 2021 is I'm gonna
Mhm.
try and get back into the dating scene. So I booted it back up, and I'd say I don't know, not a lot, like 15 to 20% have voice prompts.
Mhm.
And they're really fucking weird. Like,
Yeah, but
I-
that's the problem, because I feel like that could be very helpful. Because I think hearing someone talk, you can get a pretty good reading on at least some parts of their personality or who they are.
mhm.
But it's so easily could be cringe.
Yeah,
You
like the
know?
one I heard today, someone said it was like the caption, like a secret talent of mine or whatever, and she was like very clearly playing Adele and giggling in the background.
Oh,
And it's
Okay,
like,
yeah.
it's not that clever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard any Rick rolls yet, which I'm surprised because I feel like that's what there'd just be so many people just never gonna give you up playing.
All right. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I'm gonna try to get back on in the new year. That's my New Year's resolution. And I think I might try to do one that's funny in some way and make sure like list or somebody screens it first and make sure it's not cringe. But I think
Yeah.
it could be a way to like make your profile stand out a little bit.
I mean, you could just get a clip. Actually, the clip that Dayton makes for your birthday, just throw that in.
Yeah.
Put that entire thing on there.
Yeah, the whole fucking thing that I forget what the last one was about, but
That's one prompt. Another prompt is an episode of the podcast. And then, maybe I
could
roll at the end.
You could do that, yeah.
Yeah, throw an hour-long voice prompt on there.
I think there's a limit. not positive, but
Hey, you never
Just
know.
cut it up so it's only Jacob talking though.
There you go. Then it'll only be, 45 minutes. 7 out.
yeah, there you go. It's great. Good idea.
How
Yeah,
was your week, Dayton?
It was pretty good. Some highs, some lows. So this past weekend, I played Forza, for Horizon 5, pretty much the entire weekend. At the end of Sunday night, I had over 30 hours in the game.
Oh, yeah.
It came out Friday, right?
It came out Friday morning.
Did you play like the moment you got home Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, so that was pretty much like my entire weekend. I did my mild time trial. Oh, wait, was that last? No, that was just this weekend, I think. It was, yeah. Did my mild time trial. Did it in 5:21.
Very
So
nice. You're getting there.
so I
Jesus Christ.
was happy with that time. In terms of like improvement, I'm taking a little bit of a break right now from it. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I'm just gonna probably just maintain for a little bit. And then, so those were like two highs. And then in the week, I think it was either like Monday or Tuesday, I got a letter in the mail from AT&T, and it was addressed to me, and it had my address on it. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I don't have AT&T. I open it up, and it's a bill for like new service and like a new phone. Like somebody had basically signed up for AT&T using like my name and everything like that, and then just sent the bill to my address.
That was nice of
What the
them.
hell?
So I called AT&T, and they're like, yeah, okay, we need to submit this to the fraud department. They submit it to the fraud department. They like immediately realize that it's not me, which like of course the fuck it's not me. I've never had AT&T in my fucking life. So get that removed, and then the next day I get a letter in the mail from Discover, like the credit card, and
Oh shit.
they're like, "Hey, we just had somebody apply for a Discover card using your name and your address and your social security number. Is this actually you?" And they're like, "If it's not you, please give us a call." So give them a call, and I'm like, "It's not me." So they're like, "All right, that's good to know. We'll report this to the credit bureaus or whatever the hell they're
Right.
called, and they'll have like the inquiry like taken off, and they put like a fraud alert on my account."
Mhm.
And then I was like, all right, well, I guess I might as well just go onto Experian and see, what other stuff is on my account to like double check if anything else is out of whack. Cause like I've never gotten a credit report done.
Right.
And I log on, and there's two addresses associated with my like report that didn't belong to me. One in New York, and I think like one in like New Jersey or something like that.
It's Justin.
And then and then I had like two other like inquiries, one for Verizon, another one for Discover, and another one for like TD, Ameritrade or Bank or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
So I've been like working my ass off. I've been on the phone like this morning, so I didn't have to work today because it was Veterans Day. And I was on the phone for like 4+ hours today, trying to sort all this shit out. So I think it's all sorted now, but it's just like these motherfuckers. Like, one, how did they even get my social security number? I don't know. And yeah, but it's all sorted out now. I think so. Hopefully, won't have any more issues in the future with the whole fraud alert setup. Good news from it is that now with all these false inquiries, my credit score is now above 800. So I'll take it. I'll take it.
God damn! I did not think identity theft was going to be a topic on the podcast tonight.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude!
Yeah.
Nor would it be a positive, a net
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, you got the credit score, so counts
Yeah.
for something.
That fucking sucks, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's over now, so it's all right.
Yeah. How does
Hopefully.
the fraud alert work? Is it just like
Um,
anyone outside of your
So
address?
so the way that mine is set up is like they have to contact me directly. Like they have to like call me and ask me if I actually like applied for something.
Right.
So
Okay.
hopefully, that shouldn't, be circumvented. But if it does, then I guess I could just freeze my credit and
Right.
make it so then I can't take anything out, which I don't really anyway.
Right.
And then yeah, other than that, today I tried out 2 new energy drinks. Because I knew that I had to be on the phone for like a long ass time this morning. So I was like, I might as well try some new shit. So I tried an Aldi one. It was 99 cents. It was pretty decent actually. I'd probably get it again, to be honest.
What's it called?
Oh, I don't know, dude. Just some fucking weird Aldi brand name.
But what is it trying to replicate? Is it
It's-
trying to replicate Monster, Rain,
Yeah,
Red Bull?
It's trying to replicate Monster, specifically the zero sugar
Oh, that's
Monster.
my favorite.
So it's the white
white
the
one.
white one, yeah. I had the red one as well on like maybe Sunday, maybe Saturday. I don't know. It wasn't good at all. But the white one's pretty good. And then I tried a C4 energy drink. So C4 makes pre-workout, and I've had their pre-workout before back in like high school. And I haven't had pre-workout since high school because I haven't really lifted that hard, and 2, it's kind of useless. Like you might as well just eat some caffeine and call it good, not pay the freaking 500% markup on it. But I was like, I'm gonna try a new one, so I grabbed one of those from the store today, because I also winterized my motorcycle today. But grab one of those, and I check out and I start drinking it. And one of the side effects of a lot of pre-workouts is from a substance called beta-alanine. And for those of you that do not know what beta alanine does, is it basically just makes like your face tingle. It literally like it feels like you have like TV static like on your face and like on your scalp and stuff like that. And within like 2 sips of it, I could feel it starting to like affect like my lips, and I'm just like, son of a bitch, like. And then I look on the can, and I'm just like, sure as shit, it's got beta alanine in it, and I'm just like, all right, guess I'm gonna drink this. And I was driving over to a friend's house to pick up some Tupperware that I had lent him like 4 months ago or something like that. And on the ride back, I was like almost done with like the can, and literally like my scalp was just like itchy, and like my like face literally felt like it was gonna like fall off, and I'm like and like I literally felt like I could probably like bench press like 1,000 pounds at that point. And I'm just like driving, right, and then I get stuck behind this freaking granny that's driving 10 under,
no.
and I'm just like and I'm just like freaking out in my car. And then I get home, and then I have to fucking go on some more phone calls for this identity theft stuff. So moral of the story, Aldi white energy drink, pretty decent. C4, I don't fuck with it. I don't fuck with it. It was not a pleasant feeling.
Man, maybe you should have just done it before you lifted, man. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
So I actually have a pretty funny pre-workout story, kind of similar to that, Dayton. So back in, middle school or high school, I don't remember. But me and my buddy Chris, I think I've talked about before the podcast, we went to the same gym after school sometimes, or it was in the summer or something. So we go to the gym, we walk in, and we check in, and there's a guy with just like a plastic fold-out table, right? And he's like, "Hey, like I got some free pre-workout samples here. You guys want to try it?" I'm just like, "Nah, I'm good." And Chris is like, "I'll try it," And it's like this pink lemonade flavor, like powder you mix with water and shake it up. So he does that, and he like pounds it, right? And he's like, "I'm starting to feel weird, man. I'm starting to feel like kind of tingly, like you were saying, Chris." Or it didn't. And I have this memory when we were both on the treadmill because we were both trying to run. So I'm just like chilling. I was still look over, and Chris like cranks it up all the way, and he's just sprinting. Like, ah!
I mean, it sounds like it's pretty good. Maybe that's what I need to do.
Oh my god, it was so fucking funny.
Yeah, that
Sounds like
shit
it works.
shit works. Shit works.
Yeah. Like you're not gonna feel great, but you're gonna feel powerful.
Oh yeah.
Which is,
That's all you need, man.
That's what you want.
Oh my god.
Joseph, tell me about your new job.
Yeah, so I officially started yesterday. I just did online training. If you were paying attention to the game stream, I got an email in the middle of it that I was starting work. So that was Monday, starting on Tuesday. But then I read the email actually, and it was just online training for the first day.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in yesterday and today, and it's fun. It's cool. I like it. I mean, I don't know. It's different, and I've been learning a lot. And even by the middle of the day today, they were like, "Yeah, all right, just go do those." And I was like, "Okay." And using because they have machines like belt sanders and stuff for the ski edges, and then actually this machine that has a grindstone on it, and it does a bunch of different things, and it does it all automatically. You can program in different things for it to do. It's really cool. And actually it was kind of funny. I was like, yeah, I can kind of see what they're doing here and how stuff is working, because it was kind of similar to machines that I was working on previously. So it's that's kind of cool, and paying attention, oh, there's a safety circuit there, and all this certain safety elements and different small things like that. So that was kind of cool. But I mean, they mostly just started me off on waxing skis, which is pretty easy, and they even have tools that make it easier than standard, where you melt wax with an iron, and then scrape it off. But they have it's basically a UV lamp on a track that just goes back and forth and heats the wax up. So you just like you just like dry rub wax onto it, heat it up, and you like do that a couple times, and then you scrape it off, and it's faster. It uses way less wax. You're not like wasting a bunch. It was faster, and yeah, it was kind of cool.
High school. God damn.
Yeah, and like they do cross country skis on it too, and it's like there's just different settings for things, and yeah.
Right.
And the only main downside is that it's still 5 days a week, but they're open over the weekend, so I'll usually have to work one weekend day, which, it's fine. I mean, I'll be starting off having Sundays and Mondays off because that's what like the other full-time guy works, so that he can like train me more. And then after a while, he said it'll probably end up being Friday and Saturday off, so that one of us is there all the time. So, but it sounds like, I mean, yeah, there's like 2 or 3 other like full-time guys that like work in the back shop, and some of them do like mounting bindings, and some just do like waxing and like ski tuning like that. And so it sounds like I'm going to be jumping back and forth between the two. Obviously there's more training for like mounting bindings because that's a lot more safety oriented. There's a lot more risk involved, so I have to watch out, be trained and everything for that. But I've been liking it. It's later hours, which is fine. I get to sleep in, but I work until like 7 o'clock ish usually, so it's I don't know. 8 hours is 8 hours, but I don't know. I like it. It's been nice. So
how are your coworkers?
They're really cool. Some of them, actually, fun fact, one of them works at OSI.
What?
He walked in wearing that Emerson shirt, that gray long sleeve with like the rainbow things. And
right, you're gonna have to tell me afterwards who it is, because I might know who it is.
He said he didn't know you were Tim, but he recognized your car and bike.
Oh God.
He was trying to figure out. He's like, "Oh, this is the car. Oh yeah, sometimes he tries the bike." He's like, he has the same bike as you too. He has.
I know who this guy is. Yeah. I saw him park. I don't know, a month ago, and I saw the fuse, and I was like, "All right."
Okay,
I know this guy that rides.
Yeah, so. I think he must have worked there in like high school or something. Because he said he's worked there for the past couple years, but he said he's only worked at OSI for like he looked like he just graduated college.
That's everybody at the company.
But he looked younger than me, and I feel like most people my age look older than me, so I don't know.
Yeah, you'll have to divulge personal information afterwards.
Will do. But yeah, I was like, "Are you shitting me?" Like,
that's funny.
I was like, "Oh, my roommates work there," and he's like, "Oh, that do I?" So we were talking about it. I was like, "God damn it, I can't get away from these people." But other than that, yeah, some of them like live in Colorado part time and here part time and like work in different areas and stuff. Yeah, it's been nice. I like all my coworkers, and it was kind of nice. Apparently, the first day, my first day, was somebody's birthday, so I got a cupcake and signed someone's birthday card, and I didn't know who they were, and they didn't know who I was, so it was kind of cool.
Why'd you sign the birthday card, Joseph?
Why would you sign it?
Because they asked me to. They're like, "Do you want to sign it?"
Just to be polite, dude.
And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I love birthdays."
Nah,
and
you should have said, "I'll get him on the next one" or something. I don't know.
Oh, it's a card. Nah. I got a carrot cake cupcake. It was okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, carrot cake. That's a nice cupcake.
Well, the other options were chocolate or chocolate vanilla mix, and I don't like chocolate, so
sure.
Carrot cake it was.
Last question I have for you: in the summer, will you have to learn how to do mountain bike stuff?
Yep. Yeah,
Cool.
I'll transition into mountain bikes in the summer. Even though they were saying like even in the summer they still get quite a bit of ski tunes. So I'll probably be jumping back and forth between the two. Also, I get sick-ass pro deals now on ski, mountain bike, and camping gear. So I'm set for life. So I'm pretty stoked about that. So
that's awesome, man. Congratulations on the new spot.
Thank you.
All right, let's get into our topic here. Dayton, intro for us.
All right. So, I initially thought of this when I was driving back from Maine 2 weekends ago, and I stopped into this restroom along the way because I was pounding energy drinks. To drive
good.
back because it was like a 6 hour drive or whatever, 5.5, 6 hour drive.
What kind of energy drinks?
I think I was drinking. I drank a Rain, and I drank a Celsius. Celsius is just like a seltzer that has caffeine in it.
Okay.
That was the first time I'd had it. But anyway, so I stopped into this restroom, in this rest area, right? And I think it was because I was so hopped up on caffeine, like my mind just like races, but it's like very like laser focused when when I like drink a lot of caffeine. And I was drying my hands, and one of the accelerators, I was drying my hands with it, was just like trying to basically rip the skin off of my hands, right? and I am just like, why the fuck did they design it this way? Like, this hurts my hands. Like, does it get the water off my hands? Absolutely. Does it get the water off my hands extremely well? Absolutely. Is my skin in the same condition as it was before? No. So that got me thinking.
You're walking out of that bathroom different after.
Yes. So
God.
that got me thinking, right? I was walking out back to my car, and I'm like, man, I kind of wish I just dried my hands with one of like the standard like white hand dryers. Like that would have been much preferable than the accelerator in this case. And then I was just like, I was laser focused on hand dryers for like the, I don't know, next like hour of my drive or something like that.
As you
And I'm just like, I was racking my brain for different types of hand dryers. So these are just hand dryers right now, not paper towel dispensers. We will get into those after we discuss hand dryers, but we don't want to jump the gun here.
Right.
So
I keep it focused.
I have 5 main hand dryer models, and I would like to get, well, I think a ranking eventually. But first I just want to start it off with like a round table discussion on, what we think of these different ones. So I'll list all 5 out first. All right, so we might as well start off with the one that I just
classic.
talked about. Accelerator. All right.
Okay, yeah.
I already talked about it. And then there's the
Scary.
Yeah, if I may, on the accelerator, Dayton. I agree it's effective, but my main gripe is that it's louder than God.
That is true.
I'm embarrassed to use them because people outside the bathroom 3 miles away will hear me drying my goddamn hands.
Yes.
Yeah, they're just so fucking loud. I don't want to use them.
Yes. And then there's the other model of the Accelerator Eco. So the main difference here is that it is cool air and it is slower, so it's also quieter.
Okay.
There are the Dyson Air Blades, which are the ones that you have to stick your hands flat out and then dip them into this little like air curtain essentially, and then pull them out. And then there are the cream of the crop, the white with metal slot, the one that it doesn't have a nozzle on it. It just has like a little metal piece on the center, and then you can push it in. It's usually in like gym locker rooms and stuff like that. Sometimes they're in public restrooms, but you can like push it to like dry your hair with it too. And then its closely related cousin, the white with the metal nozzle, which has like the push button. It's not an automatically
you can spin the
activated
nozzle
one.
around.
Yeah. So those are the 5 ones that I came up with, but I'm curious.
If I can add one more to your
Yes,
list, actually,
yes.
Dayton. So you mentioned the Dyson Air Blade.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Dyson Air Blade V?
No,
This
I don't
is a
think
new
so.
hand dryer I just encountered in a new building on campus at Purdue.
Oh,
So if you
okay.
imagine a upside down pentagon, so like a 5-sided, it looks like a house kind of,
Uh-huh.
but it's upside down. So the triangle's on the bottom, and then out of the diagonal sides is just the 2 air blades.
So you
similar
stick
to
one
this.
hand in each?
No, it's just it's just shooting them out like into the world. There's no like, it's not like the normal V where it goes into like a U-shape plastic
Yeah.
thing. It's literally just like a pentagon upside down on the diagonal sides, air shooting out. Period. That's it.
Huh. Okay.
You're supposed to go like this, like your hands back and forth through the air blade, just in the air. Not a fan. Not a fan of these. And if I can start the discussion on the comparison between every hand dryer, and then compared to the white with the nozzle or sans nozzle,
Yep.
I like the white ones because they're warm, and the warmth is a big factor here.
I would
The
agree.
water dries a lot easier with the extra energy added because it'll evaporate faster. For the fucking air blades, yeah, I understand they're using pure force to push the water off. I guess it works kinda. Your hands get really fucking cold though, and they're super fucking loud. So I don't like them. I don't want them around.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a very underrated thing to bring up. Like, especially in the wintertime, like if you leave the bathroom and you have to go walk outside, you don't want your hands to be cold because then your body has to spend all that energy warming them back up, and then it's just a pain in the ass.
Pain in the ass. Yeah, I need warmth in my hand dryer. But
The only downside with warmth is that they tend to grow more bacteria on the inside, and then they're just shooting shit on your freshly cleaned hands. So that is, and into the air and shit.
This
So
is true. But
that
also,
is-
to be fair, Joseph, if you didn't clean your hands that well, all these are shooting shit off your hands.
Yeah,
Or
but
anything, maybe you cough, and then you're shooting that shit. And these are all distributing bacteria all over the place.
that is correct.
But I agree. The warmth will make that worse. Gabe, where
Also-
you at? Or go ahead. Sorry, go on, Joseph.
I was gonna say, just to start off, the Dyson Air Blades are literal garbage. Like,
Yes.
if I see one of those in a bathroom, I'm finding a new bathroom.
I'm disappointed.
I'd rather piss my pants, if I'm being honest.
Like,
I was gonna say I'd
get
rather have wet hands, but I mean, more power to you.
At least I don't have to use that shit. All right.
like I get the idea, kind of, but like that was the best you could come up with. Like that was you're like, all right, this is good enough. Let's sell this to every fucking building on the planet. Like I just don't understand how that wasn't like further engineered.
Yeah. And what I'm confused about too is you look at all these hand dryers, right? So you look at the white one and you're like, okay, that's pretty standard. Probably doesn't cost that much to manufacture. Probably doesn't cost so much to buy. The
'Cause it's in-
accelerator.
like you said, it's in every fucking middle school bathroom
Right.
in the North America.
Right. And then you look at the accelerator and you're like, all right, this thing's stainless steel construction. It's probably a little bit more expensive to produce. Produces a lot more pressure.
It's got a jet engine in it.
It's got a jet engine in it, and it probably costs more to buy than those standard white ones. And then you look at the over-engineered behemoth, the Dyson Air Blades, and you're like, it works worse. It costs more. Sure, it might look prettier than the white ones. I don't think it looks any better than the accelerator, but it's objectively worse than both of them.
Yeah, they're horrible. Sorry, Gabe, I want you to chime in here. We haven't heard from you yet.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Dyson Air Blade is just dog shit in every way. I think a lot of it comes down to me is like, is there so much pressure that my skin is moving? You know, like, is there so much like the Air Blade? I can see my skin fucking move. The accelerator, I can see my fucking skin move out of the way. It's like
Circle
there's so
on the
much
back of your
goddamn
hand.
pressure. I have a goddamn circle the size of a fucking golf ball trying to avoid this fucking air. Like, no shit, water's gonna be on there. My skin doesn't want to be on my bones right now, you know? So that's kind of where I'm at with the high pressure shit. I feel like it's just too fucking much.
Right.
So I think the tried and true white ones are pretty solid because they're usually relatively warm and they have enough pressure to where I'm like, all right, this is cool.
It's like
Air
a nice
blades?
warm stream. Yeah.
Yeah. Air blades, too much pressure. Honestly, weird sensation. I don't like it. Like, my hands are getting it from the front and the back. It just doesn't make fucking sense.
Also, you
and
look stupid doing that motion. Like for the normal air blade, you're doing like this shit. Looks like you're
Yeah.
fighting with both hands. Like,
I feel like Dyson's whole entire brand is how can we make something like mundane look interesting? Not good,
Mhm.
interesting.
Yeah.
They had to make the fan fanless for no
Right.
fucking reason. The fucking okay, I guess the vacuum.
vacuum.
Their vacuums
That's
are
what got
nice.
popular.
That
Yeah.
kind
That
of
was
makes
their first
sense.
product. They got greedy though, Joseph. They're like, okay, we did a great vacuum. What else can we do? Let's
What's
try
next?
a fan or
Okay,
a
what else are we gonna
air blade
fuck
shit.
up?
I also
don't know.
want to preface, or I guess post face it. Like, my complaint with the Dyson Air Blade is not the way the air gets to you. It's that you can't rub your hands together.
Thank you.
That's
That's a key step because
that's the key
thins out the
mechanic to
water.
drying your hands. Is that
Yeah.
you can get all the cracks and crevices. You can wipe the water off. The air blade you physically cannot. Like that's not a way you can't. If you could do that in the air blade, it'd be worlds better. I don't know that it'd be the best, but it would be much better.
And you can do that with the accelerator. Your hands are
Yeah.
coming off, but at least you can rub together.
Yeah.
If
I
we-
honestly don't hate the accelerator. I kind of like the sensation of my hands, the flesh on my hands deforming.
I'll take it over the
cool.
air blades any day.
Me too.
I mean,
me
okay,
too.
I would too, but I still feel like it went too far. I think someone got really fucking into engineering a hand dryer, like more.
How much can we put in it before physical damage is
Yeah.
done? Because that's what I want. Just
They
that
found
line.
the limit to where you don't cause damage to humans. They're like, perfect.
See, and
Take
that's where the
quarter
eco
step
comes
back.
in. That's where the eco comes in. It's like, okay,
I have not encountered one
maybe-
in the wild.
I have
you know,
neither have I.
maybe we over-engineered accelerator.
Maybe
Okay.
we went too far.
Maybe we flew too close to the sun here. All right, let's take it down a few notches. But I want to say with the accelerator, my favorite thing to do is if I'm in the bathroom with some of my friends, I like to put my hands together like I'm praying or something like that. And you just open up your hand just like barely, and then you let the accelerator blow in between it, and then like claps your hands together, and it just sounds like it farts.
Oh my god.
What a child.
Fucking 2 years old.
I want everybody who listens to this to go find an accelerator and try it out. You will never experience such joy.
Drive to your nearest accelerator.
Although, to the accelerator's credit, have you ever used one of those hand dryers that's on like its deathbed that is just like just barely putting any air out, and it's like I'm better, like I'm wasting my time using this.
That-
You just wipe
that
your
tends to
hands on your
happen.
pants.
Yeah,
It
it's
tends
like,
to happen with the world dryers
Yes.
is affectionately titled
Mhm.
over time. But those can get really fucking old. It tends to happen. But I want to start. We haven't talked about the world dryer enough because I want to praise this thing because like they have the classic vent design that's just like vent coming out, or you have the nozzle.
Yep.
The nozzle is a godsend because you can do whatever you want with it. I've seen guys after swimming flip it around so it's going up and you dry your hair with it. I've seen you go back nozzle down and do the hands. Also, go into your pants after swimming. I've seen it happen. All right. So it's just you can direct that warm air wherever you want, and it feels good. And the extra added heat really does the job. I'm a big fan. It's simple design. You boom, hit the button, which is super satisfying to hit. You know, it's not this motion detected, new age bullshit.
they
You
have
hit that
motion
button.
Some of
detected
them have
ones.
motion sensors.
Yeah, they do have motion
Yeah,
detected
well,
ones.
I like the classic world dryer. And I'll be honest, that name never really sat well with me. I'm like, doesn't seem like an internationally acclaimed product. Like very like bottom of the barrel, hand dryer. But I love that thing.
I have a really distinct memory. I feel like there's a downside to this nozzle, and I'll tell you why. When I first moved to Minneapolis, I was in a busier part of the city, and I went to a gym that was just busier. So it had like a pretty big locker room. And you guys have been in locker rooms. There's always old, gross people that just don't give a fuck if they're naked, right? So this guy, every fucking time, I'd like go in, put on my shorts or whatever, go to the bathroom, wash my hands, time to dry. And I look over, and there'd always be a fucking naked ass man drying his fucking balls with these dryers, like just getting in there. And he just stand. I can't really make the face, but he just be like, "Out," and like pointed hips forward, and like I don't want to deal with this. Like the nozzle.
Oh, imagine
too
the
strong.
accelerator wasn't that bad.
I'm just saying the nozzle and the low pressure gives him the opportunity
Yeah.
to do that.
It's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword.
I'm just saying with great power and reliability comes great responsibility.
Oh my god.
That was my TMI story.
I think we've had enough debate now to rank these hand dryers, if I may.
Mhm.
Number one, Dayton. I feel like you're gonna say Accelerator Eco.
I do like the Accelerator Eco the most.
Okay. I wish I've encountered it sooner than I have. It's been a hot minute. Um, I would throw up the World Dryer nozzle, but I might have to take your word for it. What did Gabe and Joseph? What are you guys thinking?
I think the World Dryer is.
I gotta go that one as well
Top
because I just
tier.
haven't experienced the Eco.
I am
Interesting.
looking at Accelerate. I'm googling Accelerator Eco. See if anything pops up. See if I can.
I think
I mean,
they're
they look the
generally
same, right,
white.
Dayton?
No, I think well, it depends because sometimes they have white ones. It has a like under Accelerator, it has Eco in green text.
Right. No, I've definitely seen him. It's just been fucking forever.
Yeah.
And the only difference they're saying is that it's just a little bit less air pressure.
Yeah. It just doesn't,
Is
rip
is it
your
still louder than God though?
No, it's honestly not that loud. It's definitely forceful, but it's a tasteful amount.
Okay. Well, how about this? How would we do World Dryer nozzle number 1, Accelerator Eco number 2, World Dryer Sans nozzle number 3?
I think I would be
What-
okay with that.
Gabe and Joseph.
I'm cool with that.
That's acceptable.
And then I'm assuming Accelerator has to go next because the Dyson Air Blades bottom of the fucking barrel.
Dyson Air Blade just sucks ass.
Okay, there's a long list of unnamed hand dryers between
Yeah.
the Accelerator and the Dyson Air Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's just those random fucking garbage gas station ones you come across.
Yep.
I'd rather have those above or before the Dyson Air Blade.
Yeah.
Right.
I would sooner
And
wipe
I-
my hands in my pants than use a fucking Dyson Air Blade.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I don't know if I can say that the Dyson Air Blade V is any better. I think they're equally bad. They're just bad in different ways. It's just the fact it's a Dyson. I'm like, get out of here.
Again, I feel like they have to take something and make it weird, just so it has a gimmick.
I know that's how they sell it, and it's just I just need hot air. Like what? It's not hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, now let's get into the paper towel dispensers.
Yes. Okay. So, the first point that I want to make is that we're not talking about the different types of paper, right? So like some
Right.
paper, there's like the recycled brown paper, and then there's some of them have like the Scott ones have, nice, like bleached white paper. I don't.
If I gotta say though, Dayton, the recycled brown paper is goated, in my opinion.
I think that depending on, we're not talking about this, okay? This isn't
It
the
depends
point.
on the thickness though, because you can have like
Yeah.
overly thick, coarse brown paper, and it's like this is.
I'm sorry, Dayton, but we gotta mention it at least. Like we gotta get to this.
That's a whole other discussion though. I feel.
All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Continue.
yeah.
Just-
We're just
just
talking
the
about
dispenser.
dispensers, just dispensers. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So, the ones that I came up with, you guys might have some others to add that I forgot about. So, the first one are the cranky boys, right? Where you have to you have the lever to pull down and then it feeds out
Right.
a certain amount, okay? And then you have the rippy boys where you have to it feeds out 2 inches and you have to pull it and then it has an internal flywheel in it and then it pushes out another one.
Yeah,
and then
the two-handed pull, right?
yeah, the
That's what you're saying.
two-handed pull. And then if
Yeah.
if the person before you fucks it up, then you have to use those shitty
Spin
little
the wheel.
hand
This
cranky
little thing.
things,
Yep.
which are a pain in the ass to use. And then you have the automatic boys. Okay, this is what Jacob is talking about, or Jacob and I
Yeah.
talked about before. The Georgia Pacific N Motion. It's usually dark gray.
Or like a nice blue.
Yeah, nice blue. Either way, those are pretty universal. And then those are all on a circular roll, right? And then you have the loose foldy boys, which
Ugh.
sometimes you'll see them and they're just in a container on the sink, and you just have to just raw dog, just reach your hand in there and just grab some, and then inevitably other people touch your towel that you're gonna use, and it's just kind of awkward. And then there's the shitty foldy boy part 2, which is the one where it's usually in a stainless steel recessed cabinet in the wall, and
It's
then
part
it's
garbage can,
part-
part towel
yes,
dispenser.
yes, part garbage can, inevitably.
And it's always overflowing.
Yes.
It doesn't matter
always
when
overflowing.
you use it. It's always overflowing.
Yes, and it's fucked. And then the other one that I have is the it's on a roll, except instead of it being oriented so like the axis of the roll is parallel to the floor, now the axis of the roll is parallel to the walls, right? So it's upright. And these are the center pulls. And if you look at the bottom, if you look at the bottom of the center pull, it looks like an anus.
Right,
Yes.
that's correct.
Yeah. So
Pooping
those are
out paper towel.
yes. So those are the different methods of paper towel dispensing that I would like to discuss.
So I think we have two things here we need to talk about. One is how good they are when they're working perfectly, and then also how annoying they are to fix.
Yes.
All of these get stuck at some point.
Yes.
That's just the nature of the game here. If I may start. The top two for me are the double pull, the double hand pull, because when they're working, it's just fucking butter, baby. But like Dayton said, when they get stuck, you got these little like that little circle on the side, not as fun. But when they're working, goddamn. And then for me, the end motion detecting was in every like high school I ever went to. Yeah, do the slow hand. You can't be doing it too fast. They're gonna miss it. Slow hand, and then you get the nice pull out, and then you grab it. So funny story with that one, actually. I was talking to Alyssa last night I bet you were doing this topic. So we did some research. Turns out the end motion detector, how it works is when you're moving your hand across it, it uses infrared and it bounces off your hand and bounces back, and that's how it detects it, right? That's why you have to move it slow. But also, people with darker skin tones, it doesn't detect as well because their skin absorbs more of the infrared. So not great. Clearly, they didn't have a diverse set of people testing this when they were engineering it, unfortunately. So that's a downside. Little racist among the paper towel
fucking paper towel dispenser.
So yeah, those are my top two right now, I think.
All right. Okay. So my bathroom, it's not my bathroom. The bathrooms at my work are utter chaos. All right. I'll tell you why. First off, they had the same. This is unrelated, but they had the same 5 songs. I think they had 10 songs playing in the bathroom for the entire time I've been there, except for last week when they changed it to instrumental covers. Regardless, the hand drying situation is chaos because there's 3 methods of drying your hands. So you got your sink, and then you got the sink paper towel ones that look like a napkin holder. I think Dayton described them, but I'm just describing it differently. Where it's like a napkin, or not a napkin, sorry, like a tissue. Like if you're trying to take a tissue out, style, which are like right by the sink. Then you got the recessed cabinet one that's also a trash can. And then you also have the hand dryer. So you got fucking choices. All right. You got 3 choices to dry your hand. Your hand. It's
Sorry,
insane.
which hand dryer is it?
I don't use it. That's where I'm getting to.
You don't know. We just had a whole discussion. You can't tell me what hand dryer you got in there.
Any of those models. I think
All
it's
right,
in
all right.
between. It's in between the white one and an accelerator. Like it's not super loud, but it's like it's not like the classic like basic one.
Fair enough.
I always go for the one on the sink. Actually, I do think. I mean, it runs out quicker because I think that's the one that's the most trafficked. That's the one that always runs out of paper towels quicker because it's right there, and I really like that convenience of like, boom, I don't need to go anywhere, and then I get to do a little whoop and shoot it into the trash can. I feel like a badass, you know. I don't like the one on the wall because it's also right next to the door, so I think that's I'm kind of biased where I just don't like it because of that reason, because I just get in the way. But I really like that one, except it does get to a point where sometimes if it's not like, you know, like it's the same thing with tissues where like it's not flipped up and you have to like dig through and then you get like 3 of them. And then you're like, fuck. Yeah, it's kind of similar. But I like that one just for the pure convenience of it. And
it is nice it has a tabletop functionality there.
Yeah.
I think another hit against the recess cabinet one, which like I think is just the folded ones that are stacked. Because you're just shoving your finger up there trying to get some out. Like there is no difference between that one working perfectly or broken because you're sticking your finger up there all the time. Like
no, if they're loaded, if they're stacked in there right, there's a little bit that hangs out that you grab.
Yeah, but it's like how often does that happen? You know, I feel
rare.
like
depends on
it's hard.
Depends on who the person that loads it in. If they're thoughtful and know what they're doing, then it's not a big deal.
Yeah, these are professionals, all right. They load them properly. But I don't know. I still can't get behind it. If I had the motion sensor one, I would prefer that one. But I do think the downside of the motion sensor ones are sometimes they don't give you enough, to dry your hands.
Sure.
They're like, here's a fucking like little square. Can you dry your whole fucking hands with that?
Right. Like, and the problem with the motion sensor ones is it has the longest dispense time out of all of these.
That too.
You do it, and it's like the.
Yeah, and then if there's a line, it's like, fuck, I'm sorry, but like my hands aren't dry.
Go so fast.
I need like at least one more,
Yeah.
So I don't like that for the pure efficiency standpoint. If I'm going like pure speed, I like the ones right on the sink. That's my answer.
Joseph, where's your head at on this? I know it's a lot to handle here.
So, Jacob, you're wrong. The fucking momentum pull ones are horrible.
Really?
Those have got to be one of my least favorite ones because no one knows how to use them.
So it's a clean tear.
And even where I used to work, so there are two buildings I used to work at. One of them had the automatic like wave your hand in front, and the other one had the momentum ones. And there were times I would grab it with both hands, pull, and my thumbs would just rip through it.
That does happen sometimes. Yes.
And it's like, well, I followed the directions and it still broke. Then you gotta and there's only so much to grab, like they don't give you much. Yeah. And then if you turn it, it doesn't cut at the same length that it usually does.
Right.
So you get, fucked up there, and then whole ordeal. Not a big fan. And then I like the automatic ones, especially because there were some times where I've used them where it would like break in the right way, where you wouldn't actually have to wave your hand in front, just like you pulling it.
Out.
No. You pull like there's always one dispensed, so you would pull it out, and the motion of pulling it out would dispense another one.
Right.
So you never had to like wave your hand. Or like that is the most ideal one because you walk up, bam, it's already there. Yeah, you rip it, and then another one comes out. And some of them are speedy. I don't know what slow ones you've been using, but there are ones.
It is variable. Yeah.
Where you grab it, and before I can press the paper to my hand, there's another one ready to go. Like there have been some speedy ones. So
yeah, it makes me wonder if there's like developer settings on it, where it's like some people just know, okay, we're making set it backwards and turn the speed up.
There must be settings. I've seen some they dispense different lengths of paper towel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because like at my work for like the first like year and a half that I was working there, it used to be that I could dry my entire hands off with one piece. And it would work perfectly. And now I need to use 2 whole slices to dry my hands off, and it's ultimately more paper. And it's like if you would have just kept it at that length, it was ideal. But now I have to use even more paper to dry my hands off, and it's just kind of bullshit. It's just bullshit. Yeah. Jake, I thought of another one that I think that if anybody, only you would know it, and that's because it's from New Zealand. Did you ever encounter they're not paper, they're fabric, and they're literally just on rollers?
I was going to bring that up because you see those at like swimming pools I've seen in the US.
Oh,
those
really?
are disgusting. They are disgusting because they never fully rotate. It's just one circular towel, and the idea is like you pull it down so that it like goes up behind like squeegees or something to like quote unquote clean it. It's fucking gross. I was gonna bring up that doesn't even count as a paper towel dispenser or a hand dryer, air dryer. That's like a separate category that
disgusting.
Should never be seen again. Burn those to hell. How do we feel about the anus dispenser? I don't see them very often, but I feel like they work pretty well, don't they?
I don't like them because you need to use 2 hands. You need to pull it, and then you need to like.
Pinch, you're right.
You need to pinch the turd.
Yeah, and then you don't get the beginning bit of the next shit. You don't
then
get
you're
it.
Fucked.
Yeah. There's all like because at our farm that's what we have, and you had to like if you pulled it straight down, I think it would rip right. But if you pulled it at any kind of an angle, it would just like keep feeding, and you're like, fuck,
Yes.
fuck,
Yeah.
fuck. You know,
Yes.
you
All my
just end
memories
up
are
with
unlocked. And you saying that, Joseph,
so
you're right.
much.
They're
And it's
horrible.
like,
They're horrible.
fucking kill me.
So are we
They're
saying
sitting
that?
here with like paper towel as long as I am tall. It's like, fucking hell, this is not what I wanted.
So are we saying that the classic lever is the best one?
No.
No, I
So
mean,
there's,
hmm.
I don't know, because I've
It's
seen
always
the
a flimsy
levers.
ass lever.
Well,
Not
it
Yeah, but
depends.
you
always.
can get some mileage out of that sometimes. You know, if you're in a
Here's-
hurry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That is true. You can fucking crank them out. And
Mm.
then there's also the ones where it's a lever, but it goes across the God damn it, goes
I know, I
across
feel
the
you said
entire
it.
top, and so you can use your elbow to clean it, so you're not
Mm.
like touching your hand or whatever.
Yep.
And I've also seen, I forget where, there's been one dispenser that does not cover any of these, and it's kind of a crank, but instead of like it being like you push it down or whatever, it's like a little handle and you like spin it, like you like
Like an old car window?
yeah, you like, but it's like the handle's like this big. You're like doing
Tiny.
like little motions like this, and it is the dinkiest little thing. It was, I don't remember where I saw it, but I do remember using it and being fucking confused about it.
That's hilarious.
But it's like, you're like, come on, the next person's coming, and you're like spinning this thing as fast as you can, and it's not going very fast.
Damn it. Well, okay, so what do people think for the best paper towel dispenser?
I mean,
Out of these that we've talked about?
I do think I do like the end motion. I think that the motion sensing ones, specifically the end motion ones, are very good. And then personally, I think that the second one are the lever ones.
Okay. Joseph, what about you?
I'd have to agree with Dayton.
Yeah. Gabe?
Just because I use it every day, I gotta go with the tissue style.
So you're saying it's literally like in a tissue box?
I mean, it's
Thing?
it's accommodating for paper towels, obviously.
I don't think I've seen that, if I'm being honest.
yeah,
I've seen
I
like
like
the folded ones in a basket,
Yeah.
like next to the sink.
Yeah, it's hard. I guess maybe I haven't seen them anywhere else besides where I work, but I like them because it's like it's right there, and you can just like, I know how many I need, so it's like wham wham, you know, boom. I got like same thing with tissues, where like you get two real quick if you need them. It's
I mean,
super
I
fast
hear you.
and
It seems very niche, so I don't know if I can put it on this list.
that's
Put
fine.
it on this list,
But
you
on
know?
Gabe's list,
What's your number two then? What's your number two?
okay. Yeah, I guess I had to go with any motion.
And motion one.
Yeah.
All right. And motion number one, with a bullet, and then number two. So I guess I'm wrong on the double hand pull. And I guess just
I
right. If your
hate-
hands are
I hate the
kind of
double.
wet. You just okay. So we're thinking the lever, just because the power moves, you can just
Yeah.
crank them out.
Yeah.
Especially if it's got like a long travel lever, so you can just like slam
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah, if
and,
it's
like,
because there's
just-
like two types of lever. Right? There's like the nice thick, like solid plastic one, and then there's one where it's like a stick with like a square in the end. And like
Yeah.
that thing, I feel like it's gonna break at any
Yeah.
goddamn second. You feel like you can get a lot of leverage. With it.
Well, and there's one of them, I don't remember which one it is, but it has like, I think it's like a dark blue or maybe like a purple handle, and it has little like
yep.
traction points on the handle, so you can like really rip that thing.
Okay, so I'm hearing end motion number one, lever number two, and then we got three left, right? We got the momentum two-hander, we got the steel box with the folded ones, and we got the anus. Is that correct?
Anus is the
one.
bottom. Like that is.
I don't know.
me, they're
I
all the
think the
same.
recessed. I think that the recessed one is bottom of the barrel.
But here's the thing, what? If the anus one breaks, you're screwed. With the folded recess one, you can get in there. Like, you can stick your finger up there. You can get
That's
a paper
true.
towel. Where the anus
Stick
one, you're
your
getting way
finger
too
up
much,
the
you're not getting
anus.
there.
And if they have a key on it, you're like, ah, shit.
The key's always there. Like,
Not
no one
always.
removes
No.
the key.
Well, sometimes they're plastic keys where it's like you need like a flathead screwdriver or something, and it's like I don't have that on me, man.
Right. Okay, so
I'm
for these
not
last
digging through
three,
my
then,
pockets with my wet hands to get some goddamn paper towel either.
Gabe, for these last three, how would you rank the last three? The two-hander, the recess, and the anus.
I think I got to go recess two-hander anus, and I know that's probably a hot take, but
Okay, Joseph?
See, to me, the recess and the two-hander, they can go back and forth for me, but anus is the bottom. Like,
Okay.
I they're about the same for me. Maybe I could see the momentum two-hander being inching out just a little bit. But
Okay. Dade.
I think I would the two-hander, and then the anus, and then the recessed one.
Really? You put recess at the bottom.
Yeah, dude. Like, just for the sheer fact that if it overfills, then you have to like get your hands close to other people's used paper towels, and I'm just like, that's kind of fucked.
Yeah, I hear you.
But it's clean water, right? 'Cause they wash their
Theoretically,
hands.
dude,
Theoretically.
the amount of people that I've seen at least at my work, literally get done taking a shit, literally turn the water on, slap it twice, and then go and dry their hands. Dude, I don't want to touch the fucking paper towels that they just did. They got poop hands.
I mean, I hear you, but I feel like I'm comparing the recess to the anus. If I like more often than not, I will get the amount of paper towels I need out of the recess, and I will not get the amount I need out of the anus. It'll be too much or too little.
Yeah.
So I think anus. We got 3 people going anus at the bottom. So anus at the bottom, and then it's just a matter of momentum versus recess. And I feel like we have momentum over recess.
Yeah.
I think that's the majority.
All right. So the final ranking for the paper towel dispensers are end motion, lever, two-hand momentum, folded in the recess, and the anus.
Mm-hmm.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Mm-hmm.
And then separate category in 99 is the rotating towel. What the fuck are you guys thinking with that? It's a horrible,
Terrible.
festering set of bacteria. Just absolutely
Terrible.
fucking disgusting.
But then you're not throwing away and wasting all this paper towel.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like
It's
the air
renewable.
ones are better for the environment, but the paper towel ones are like technically more they're cleaner and they don't spread bacteria around. So it's like, what do
And
care
you
more
can
about?
use the paper towel to open the door.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then you're not touching the fucking freaks that don't wash their hands
Yep.
after they shit.
And you
Don't
can
have to deal with
shoot
that.
baskets.
Also,
You can drain buckets.
that
But
is
also,
the more important one here.
paper
Excuse
towels
me,
also
Dave,
end
you
up
were
all over the
definitely
floor
more
at
correct.
some point, or they're overflowing out of a
Yeah,
trash.
if
But,
you
you know,
got
yeah.
bad aim. Come on, man. Just be better at baskets.
Oh. Well, there you go. That's the definitive how to dry your hands in a bathroom ranking that you could ever need. Companies, engineers, listen to this and get your shit together, because none of these are perfect. And we need more innovation in this space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was our
Ridiculous.
episode of the EDF podcast this week. Thank you everyone for listening. As always, find our show on YouTube and podcast services, and don't forget to follow us on Twitch and Instagram. But until next time, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Yeah.